Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So it looks like I gotta make sure I'm in the right group. I Lord, hope I am. I'm not. God dang it. Let me see something. All right, there we go. Cool. Okay. All right, I had to make sure I was in the right group, guys. So, where am I over here? Kimberly, why are you over here? Are you in the group or are you on my regular page? Hey, Keish. All right, guys. So let me see where you guys are. All right, so we are rolling. Today is, guess what? Today is day 2 of the 5-day challenge. It's ironic because I see your comments over here, but I don't see them over here. That is so weird. They say I'm in the right group. I don't know. All right, I have no idea. Me neither, Kim. All right, guys. So we going to, hey, Tanya. It's weird because now I gotta, you in the group. Okay, cool. But it's why I don't see any comments like on StreamYard. And I'm going to shut my I'm only going to have this up for a little while. I'm actually going to shut it down because this is actually only for those that's in the group. But anyways, you said you're in the group, so I'm just going to have to trust that you're in the group, but I don't see the comments. So we are on, guys, we are on day 2 of the 5-day goal setting challenge. And today, pretty much, we are piggybacking off of yesterday, right? Yesterday, we kind of talked about goals. We kind of set some goals. I seen the day you guys put in the group, you put your system, how you're going to support the goals that you guys were talking about. So today, I told you guys and the reason why I'm so dark is because I set up the whiteboard so I can show you how to actually build the system that's going to support the goal. So I just want to know one thing though. I want to know, those of you that was there yesterday, what did you get out of yesterday? Like, how was that session? I know I really enjoyed it. Tell me what, hey Diane, what did you get out of that session? I know a lot of you guys went back today and was like filling in your comments. Some of you guys was working in your books and taking pictures of your books. I'm like just super, super thrilled that you are doing the work. And I saw that Mary actually got up and exercised. I saw someone else. Was it you, Keisha? I'm not too sure. Carved out some time at work. I saw it was a couple different things I saw today, but I got the Facebook page up as well, so I could go back and kind of. Michelle, I saw you working in your book, lady. I saw you post that. Very interesting and informative. I noticed a lot that I could do. Right, Keisha, you were the main one saying there's not enough time. And trust me, I get it because I be feeling that way too. I get it. But I wanted to bring to your attention where you can find pockets of time. It will seem like it's not a lot because you're thinking of all the things you can do. I mean, all the things you can't do as opposed to the things that you actually can get done in a small amount of time, right? So, Keisha, what did you do today? Was it today? I thought so. That was you. Okay, cool. So yeah, today, guys, pretty much just want to talk about a system you guys can set up to support these goals that you guys were talking about. Even Mary, when Mary was talking about working out, like I didn't work out today. Now, I told you guys I wanted to work out. I want to work out. I want to do all the things, but I didn't today. And then when I saw Mary's post, that's why I tell you guys it's important for you to post in the group because you guys that's actually in this challenge, you're going to see yourself overcome small hurdles. Like for somebody else, they probably think, it's like not a big thing or whatever it was. But for somebody like me that want to work out, I know Tanya mentioned yesterday she wants to work out. And I wasn't even thinking about working out today. But when I saw Mary's post and how she was saying she was inspired by what I said yesterday about simply working out in the house, and she started being mindful of things that were in the house that she could do. And then she actually went and did it. I'm like, oh, she can't show me up. She cannot show me up. So I didn't work out, but I got this thing, like I got the VR headset, the MetaQuest or whatever it is. And I really like it. So I actually went and did that for about, it wasn't long, but it was about 10 minutes. But guys, I'm trying to tell you, the whole point is if I didn't see Mary's post and if I wasn't inspired by Mary's post, I never did it because it wasn't on my mind to do. So it's really important when I stress for you guys, put your responses and your stuff in the group, because if you notice it or not, a lot of you guys got very similar goals, right? And you never know who you're inspiring just by putting in your progress. Don't sit there and think, oh, it's a small progress. I don't care. I was about to sit here the whole day and not do nothing. So if it wasn't for Mary, that would have been my story. So thank you, Mary, even if you catch this on the replay. Don't always have to, at least baby steps are acceptable. Yes, they are, Brenda. Come on through with the baby steps. Baby steps is growth, but baby steps is a form of movement, right? I'll take that any day over you saying, I didn't get anything done today. So that was like main thing I wanted to tell you guys about the importance of people seeing your progress. It really inspires other people. So just keep pushing. I don't care how small it is. Let's celebrate it. Like all of you guys deserve some wins. Y'all had some wins. Y'all posted them in the group. So I'm super excited about that. And today I'm pretty much going to be more or less over on the board, because we're going to, the things that you guys want to talk about, I'm going to help you create a system around what it is you're trying to do. So one thing I want to say is when we talk about systems, like you guys got the workbooks, right? You guys are actually in the challenge. What did you think of when you kind of went through the workbook, when you kind of saw the prompt for today, or if you got this morning's email, or if you saw the post in the group? Like, I want to know what's the first thing you thought about in terms of developing a system. Tell me in the comments. I'm gonna have to look over here because I don't see no. Oh, that I see Mary. All right, Mary, where are you? See Mary? I see Mary's comment. I think you guys are in the wrong group. I swear, because Mary, I don't know, but I see one comment over here. And very shortly, I'm gonna shut this down because it's really just was giving people like a little insider, because people were thinking they were in the challenge. Trina was one of them. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I just noticed Trina just got into the right group. And I know I got so many groups, guys, I know, but groups are specific for different things. So this group is only for this challenge. And then once the challenge is over, the group will actually be over. The group will be archived and it'll be done. So that's why it's important for you to get in the right group, because that's where all of the work happened. Okay, so Mari, you are in the group. Okay, cool. So this is the only way I can see the comments. So you got to be in the group. So if you're not in the challenge, then you really don't have access to anything other than me going live. And that I probably in about 5 minutes. But if you're in the group, you can see these comments. You can see everything that's kind of happening that we're about to get into. So again, if you're not in this challenge, the link is in the description. If you're over here on IG, the link is in my bio. You still got 3 days to get access. And you can still go back and catch up from yesterday and for tonight. So that's pretty much it. I saw myself punching a clock for the last time. Oh my God, Simone, is that right? I'm trying to think, what did you say yesterday? You saw yourself punching a clock for the last time, coming very soon. I know that's right. At the end of the day, that's really all it takes, is that for you to see it and to believe it, though, because sometimes we see things and it's really pointless if you don't believe it. Like, you have to believe it. It has to kind of go hand in hand. And if you believe something, that's how things just kind of start opening up in the whole world of, like Alicia was saying yesterday, manifestations and opportunities all around you, but you got to be aware and you got to believe that it's going to happen. So there she go. There go Alicia. So yes, Simone, it's happening very soon. Let's call that into existence. Okay. So who is this? The one said, I see one comment from Mary. You didn't register with StreamYard because I don't know. It's saying Facebook user. I'm in the goal setting group. Okay, cool. Mary, you're where you're supposed to be. I thought about where I could find a chunk of time and commit to using it for a repeatable step every week for my goal. So Michelle, let's talk about that. Like, where can you find a chunk of time? A lot of us is so bogged down about everything we got going on. We're not even noticing the chunks of time that we have, even if it's 10 minutes. Guys, do you know I worked out in 10 minutes? I had a whole workout. So it's really important that you notice these small pockets of time, because that's a part of my goal, right? I got shed a little bit. I got to come down a little bit. But if I keep not noticing the time for me to take small breaks and work out, it'll never happen, right? Like I went in there and asked Mary, like this accountability part, the accountability part, like Mary, you ain't had no Chinese today, right? Because I know that's one of her goals. So it's like small stuff like that. Pockets of time for me it was in the morning, right? I had to think about periods of time when I wasn't obligated to do something else. So back then, my kids would get up super early. I don't know what was going on with county schools back then, but I mean like early, early. And then by me working halfway from home, half from home and half from the office, I had like a lot of time in the morning, right? So if I wasn't laying around in the bed for a long time, for the most part, that's what I was doing because I was depressed. But once I started getting excited about my business, that's the time I utilized to work on my business. Even when I was at my job, like my little downtime there, I still worked on my business. During my lunch break, I didn't go to lunch. Like I worked on my business. While my kids was at the game, I worked on my business, right? It was like I had to find this time because I was still running around playing Superwoman. And if I thought about all the things, I'd have never got it done because I'd always kind of thought about what I was doing, right? And me not having time. But I had to really sacrifice and stay up all night, right? I'd be up to the wee hours of the night crying my eyes out because I'm like, it can't be this hard. It can't be this hard. But I stand here today saying it was well worth it, like beyond well worth it. So it's really just about finding those pockets of time. You on vacation starting Friday, 2 weeks, all biz. I love it. So Kim, you say 2 weeks, all biz. That's a lot of time. That is a lot of time. Now I'm not gonna lie, guys. Sometimes I go on my little, I'll go on my vacations, or I'll call them workcations, because my goal is to get something done. But sometimes when I go, I'm sidetracked by just all the beautiful weather or whatever is happening, and I don't get it done. But then I come back feeling like crap. So Kimberly, I want to know, what are 2 weeks that's a lot of time. What are you planning on getting complete within that 2 weeks? Sunday mornings, I love it. Michelle, was that you in the group that said 2 to 3 hours, I think, on Sunday, something about content and social media, something like that? I think that was you. But that's a great day, guys. When it comes to content, I became a queen of content because I don't like it, right? But I had to realize in my business, either I'm a continuously hire a content writer, which is great because I love my content writer. But it'd be certain times when I need something immediate. And I knew I just had to get good at writing content. No matter how much I don't like it, for the business I am in, I had to write content no matter what it was, right? Even if I delegated and had my content writer write whatever the scheduled stuff is, I still would find myself having to go in and write certain things. So I was like, I might as well just get good at this thing, learn the ins and outs about writing content, because it looks like I'm gonna have to do this all the time. So I knew it. I knew that was you, Michelle. So yeah, that was my day. My days for writing content was on Sundays. And then I would pick like a day out the week when I just have one day of batch creating videos, like actually creating my videos, because I hate like planning, going into the week planning, like, oh, I'm gonna record this day and this. It don't happen. And then I am not the type that get up and fix my eyebrows every day. So I've noticed that on those days I won't record content. So it's like I gotta get this all done in one day. One day, at the end of the day, one day. When did, maybe that's you. When did you decide to leave corporate? I'm so ready to be done, but it's really hard when bookings are not constant. So I left. I didn't focus it on bookings. That's one thing I can say. But one disclaimer I definitely want to have: when I left my job, I wasn't thinking about having consistent work, because I knew I was just determined that it was going to happen, because I was just that determined. But I also had a nice amount of savings though. So I guess that could really contribute to me not being stressed out. I knew I had some money put away. But me leaving, my goal was not around, okay, I'm gonna leave when I am consistent with bookings. No, my story was I have to leave to get consistent with bookings. My thing was, when my job started getting in the way of what I wanted to do in my business, and as hard as I wanted to like go full throttle now and really like work on my business and in my business. I wanted to do the whole nine, but I had this thing tugging at me. It was time to cut. It was time to cut it because I really just believed in what I wanted to do that big. I did. So I stayed at my job. When I launched my business, I stayed at my job for a year. And then after that year is when I left, I moved, everything happened without a plan, right? I didn't have any bookings. So I left my job and literally moved to Atlanta like the next week, literally. And I didn't have anything other than just the determination to get it done. And like within the next month, I hosted my first class. That's just kind of how it happened for me. But another thing I want to say is I did a lot of groundwork while I was back home, right? So it was easier for me to come here and kind of take off. So I already had a reputation. I've already had like a following. I had a small following. So I kind of already had a good enough traction to kind of get going. It wasn't like I was fresh off the block. So that's another big difference that you have to consider when you're talking about leaving your job. I got a whole 28-point checklist that you should definitely have those things intact before you think about actually quitting the day job. I always say, since you know you're getting paid, if you can, get your time for your lunch breaks or whatever. You want to set your business up for success as long as you can while you're working. You want to also be banking money while you're working, right? Cut out the nonsense, money spending habits, start developing up a routine and start noticing patterns. Whatever you're doing at work, you do it because you're obligated to do it. But bring in transfer those same, however it is you are at work, transfer that in your business. Like we go to work and we're disciplined. Why? Because we know we work for somebody and we're going to get paid and that's our duty. You got to have that same mindset when it comes to your own business, and it got to be like time spent because it's yours. You got to be really serious. And that's what we lack discipline when it comes to our own stuff. I don't get it because I don't. My thing is I'm kind of be like all over the place. Could it be so much I want to do? But the discipline is there. Like I'm gonna work on my business and in my business as long as I need to until I'm at the point where I can just delegate everything. And that's just pretty much what I've learned and what have worked for me. So I hope that helped. I'm working on concepts for mock-ups and social media and speaking to a CPA. Yes, baby. I don't know where I would be without a CPA today. They was the things that would wake me up out of my sleep. Because when you're just not used to, you would hear all these horror stories about people going to jail, and all of those stories aren't really true about fraudulent this. And sometimes people just do dumb things because they don't know. At the end of the day, they don't know. So I was like, that cannot be my story. So that cannot be my story. And it's very true when people come into this kind of money that they never had before. It's like, well, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So getting a CPA, or even if it's starting off with an accountant, at least have an accountant, have a legal person to do your taxes. Like, don't sit there and be playing with Captain, whatever they call it, H.W. Hewitt. I don't even know what they call it anymore. Don't be sitting there playing around with them people or trying to sit there and do it on yourself on whatever the website says, and you can do it. Now, if you have experience, by all means do it. But that ain't me. I don't play with the IRS and I don't play with the DMV because I gotta get around and I can't be getting locked up. I can't be getting locked up for no daggone tax. I'm trying to tell you. I'm leading a church fundraiser to feed needy families for Christmas. June. Oh, okay, Trina. All right, guys. So we're going to get into it. We're about to get into it. Let me stop this one. All right, that is my IG. Stop that one. Because now we got to talk. We got to talk, y'all. TurboTax. Right, TurboTax. Now, guys, I hope I don't lose y'all because I'm going to shut my regular Facebook down. And I'm going to shut, I think it's one of the groups that's down. That's not a part of the challenge. So we can kind of get into it. So if you see that you get shut down, it means one or two things. One, you're not in the challenge. And if you are in the challenge, it means you're not in the right group. So make sure you're in the right group. The challenge group. All right, I'm going to shut this one down. And over here, let's shut that one down.